Hey guys, what's up? Quick thing before I get this started, I just want to thank everyone for their patience. Obviously you respect and understand the fact that I have a son, my wife was deported, and thus I'm raising a child on my own for the time being, so videos are really few and far between. I promise you that the review of the sitcom, okay, I can't really promise, but hopefully it should be out this month. I'm on to season 7. And I'm trying to get it filmed on the 17th. That's a very random date, I know, but a friend's coming over and he has a cameo in it. So I'm trying to get it scripted before the 17th. So expect that before my next Q&A. Anyway, I've got a lot of questions now this month, ever since uploading the Q&As onto YouTube as well. There's a lot of questions to get through, so let's get started. Metallica Fan 576. Hey, I love your reviews and I was wondering if you could answer some questions. 1. Have you ever heard of Joe Woosh's reviews? If so, what is your favourite one? Never heard of him. 2. What are your thoughts on the game Fallout 3? I haven't played any of the Fallout games. I don't really get much time to play any video games at all as of late, to be honest. 3. Who do you think would win in a fight? Jason Voorhees or Leatherface? It's gotta be Jason, just the fact that nothing can even harm Jason at all. I think it was part 6, bullets hit his chest and they fly out of his spine. You know, you really can't fuck with Jason. 4. What is your favourite Metallica song? Don't really listen to Metallica. If anyone sent me a song in the past of Metallica and I listened to it and I liked it, I didn't pay attention enough to remember the title. Sorry. 5. If you were to make a horror film, what would it be about? In all honesty, I think that I would be a terrible movie writer because I'm not creative and I'm not original. You probably noticed a lot of my style, 99% of my style is ripped off from the Nostalgia Critic. Unintentionally. I don't try to purposely steal his material. I really don't do that at all. It's just the way I like. Obviously, I'm a fan of the Nostalgia Critic. I'm a fan of horror movies, so if I were to make one, it would just be cliche, rip-off. Maybe I could do a thriller. A lot of people can't seem to differentiate thriller and horror, but there is a big difference. I don't think I'll be able to do horror at all. That's just me. Dan McBride. Hi Rob, I've got a few questions for you. 1. Would you consider doing a live review of The Shining? I haven't done a live review in a while, no real reason. Okay, 2 reasons why I can't do this. 1. The camera that I'm using right now can only record just over 2 hours. Maybe 2 hours, 5 minutes or something. I know it's crap. That's why The Haunting is actually a long film. That I had trouble doing that. And 2, I did try to watch The Shining about a month ago, and I'm sorry, I didn't like it. The subtlety I really liked at first, but I got about an hour in and it was just so dull and uneventful. Maybe I'll try to sit through it all again. I just had to turn it off. I don't like turning films off. I just couldn't stomach it. Sorry. 2. What are your thoughts on Tim Burton's remakes? I pretty much refuse to watch them. 3. Have you heard about Fred 2? I wasn't sure if it was confirmed because it's not listed. Sorry. It's not listed on IMDb at all. But John Cena posted on Twitter a few days ago that they finished filming Fred 2 a couple weeks ago. Quick plug, Cinematic Venom is now on Twitter, so follow Cinematic Venom at Twitter and Cinematic Venom the group on Facebook. 4. Since you are a Jim Carrey fan, have you seen Batman Forever? Yes, I have. It was actually on TV a few weeks ago. It's alright. I'm not a big Batman fan at all, to be honest. Nacho Pictures. 1. If you were ever in a situation where you were being chased by Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger, how would you get out of the situation? Corner them into Chuck Norris's house. Probably shit myself. I mean, you're gonna die anyway. Jump in the lake or something, wouldn't you? Got no fucking hope. 2. What movie genre do you think is dead? All of them. Really, movies aren't that great anymore. Horror, dead. Comedy, dead. I'll go for comedy. Because the last, truly hilarious comedy, in my opinion, was Borat. And that was 4 years ago. You know? That's just off the top of my head. There may have been a funnier one since then, but that's just the only true one that I can remember at the moment. 3. My personal favourite review of yours is the Popeye review of Jess World. I never really liked that movie, and you and Jess World really showed it being a new arsehole. Either way, I was wondering if you and Jess World were ever going to do another review like that. I doubt it, because we fell out in like January. And then recently I unblocked him, but he wants nothing to do with it, so I doubt it. 4. Ledger or Nicholson? It's gotta be Nicholson. 5. Name a remake that made the original look like shit. I really hate commenting on remakes because I haven't seen a lot. Psycho. No, I'm joking. Oh shit, get death threats for that. No, I'm joking. Maybe, I mean, the Nutty Professor original was very good, but I thought the remake was better. I can't really comment on that, sorry. 6. Ever want to fuck one of your teachers? If so, was it a man? Just kidding. Now that you mention it, there was this guy who was missing. No, I'm joking. Yeah, my art teacher in year 9. 10. Year 9 or 10? Wave 3436. 1. Have you ever heard of the Supergirl movie? I think I saw it as a kid, but not for years. Is it bad? I bet it is. 2. Do you think nitpicking on Superman Returns release date was needed? Okay, that was basically comedic purposes. I mean, I don't actually think that they should have waited a year later, but it was pointed out to me by Craig, who was in Paranormal Activity 2 review, Little Shop of Horrors review, Home Alone 2 review, that it came out 19 years later, whereas Lex Luthor was to get out of jail 20 years later. I mean, I think they could have, because it would have been ironic, you know, 20 years later, they could have. But obviously Superman would be old and it would really be weird. I think it was a good opportunity. They didn't do it. That's fine. I think it was unnecessary, but it was a joke. Not many people really found it funny though. Fail. 3. Have you ever read a comic book? Read. 1. Have you seen Seabiscuit, Farlap, or most recently Secretariat? No, no, and no. 2. Have you ever watched The Thing? It's a genuinely scary film yet good, but it is not for people with weak stomachs. No, I haven't. I really want to see it. It's on my to-watch list. My brother said it's amazing. I've heard nothing but good things and I really need to see it. 3. What is the campiest horror film you have ever seen? Campiest. Stan Helsing. No, I don't think parody films count. I got snacks because it's a long video. Campiest. Lost Boys 2? I can't think of campiest, sorry. And finally, 4. If you were stuck on a deserted island with a TV/DVD player and could only bring one of these movies, Home Alone 4 or The Lost Boys The Tribe, which would you take? Probably The Lost Boys, just because it's the same plot as the first one, even though it's done worse. It's got decent music. And it's got Corey Feldman's one-liners, which are hilarious. Big Wallow 29. 1. Why do you find Cameron Diaz to be ugly? She's a skinny twig. Her face looks like a deformed Joker. It looks like the bastard son of the Joker and Skeletor. 2. Are you a believer in the thought of a movie being so bad it's actually good? Not usually, but in some instances it is. Like Adam Sandler's Going Overboard. The jokes are so terrible you can't help but laugh at it. 3. Why do you hate Luke Wilson? He can't act. That's the only reason. He keeps the same expression no matter what the role. Idiocracy's a comedy. He acts the same in that as Vacancy. That's a horror movie. You know, I'm Luke Wilson. Oh my god, we need to find the time machine. Dude, get a facial expression. 4. Simon Pegg or Nick Frost? Simon Pegg. Smee fan. 1. What's the creepiest cartoon moment for you? I think the witch in Snow White scared me as a kid. That sounds really bad, doesn't it? I can't really think of many creepy cartoon moments at the moment. Yeah. 2. Who's your favourite character on Scrubs and why? I'm not actually an avid watcher of Scrubs. I mentioned it in my top 10 musicals. I used a clip in a few reviews, but I don't watch it that much, to be honest. 3. Have you heard of the movie Human Centipede? If so, do you plan on to review it? If not, you really need to Google it. Never heard of it. 4. What's the biggest thing you regret you did on YouTube? Okay, obviously you guys won't know this, but I have a second account, Sarcastic Venom, which is where I got my start. And obviously I did wrestling videos on there. I'm getting back into wrestling, by the way. But I did wrestling videos on there. And you may have heard, because it was all over the news, Chris Benoit, the pro wrestler, killed his family in 2007. And I was so distraught about the whole thing, I actually went around trying to find conspiracy theories and blaming other people, and it was ridiculous. And I thought I was a detective or something. I was like 16. But that's probably it. 5. Favourite mainly all-black cast movie. Only one I can think of is The Meteor Man, and that sucked. Saber Off. 2. What do you think about The Undertaker still competing after suffering so many injuries? It's actually pretty impressive, especially for his age. I think he's retiring next year after he goes 20-0 at WrestleMania, which I'll be at, by the way. If anyone else is going to Miami for WrestleMania, you'll get to meet Cinematic Venom. I'm going to be there. 3. What do you think is the best horror movie of all time? Probably, I mean, it's so hard because I love so many, but I'd probably go for Halloween. 1978 version, of course. 4. I know you've explained this over and over, and my apologies for asking, but what was the reason you got kicked off YouTube? Okay, basically, I had no problem. I uploaded them in parts because when I first started the Cinematic Savage account, they didn't have the unlimited time limit. You still had 10 minutes, and then later on they would extend it to 15. I had no problem until I did my top 10 greatest actors video, and part 1 was completely banned. Now, videos had been banned before, and I could dispute them. I could file it and say, look, I'm not violating any rules. I'm able to use this for commentary use, for parody causes. You know, it's a review. I don't upload the footage in its entirety, which we're allowed to do. And they said, okay, that's actually a good point. You didn't break any rules, and they put the video back up. This time for the top 10 actors video, it didn't work. Part 1 was still banned. I thought, okay. And then I was fine again until the Rocky Horror Picture Show, part 1 of that was banned. And I couldn't unban that. Still fine, I had 2 warnings. Then I reviewed Fred. And that was it. No. I logged on the next day after uploading that review, banned. People make a joke, maybe it's just because I was insulting YouTube's golden boy. Might be the case. They claimed that Lionsgate and DreamWorks kept complaining about me, but that's the only reason. 6. What do you think of the Scream movies? 1 was awesome, 2 was awesome, 3 was shit, haven't seen 4 yet. 7. Are you going to do a review of Scream 4 after it comes out? You can tell how old this question is. It depends. I've heard it's really good, so probably not. 8. What made you do a review of the movie Fred? Alright, I don't actually watch Fred's videos at all. But I heard he had a movie, and obviously people told me, I didn't believe them. And then my friend Craig told me that John Cena was in it, and I still didn't believe him. And then I was shown the clip of where Cena hits the vase over Fred's head, and it was hilarious, so I just had to download it and watch it, and I couldn't believe how bad it was. 9. Would you be willing to do a review of Ernest Goes to Jail? Yes, I should have mentioned this in my video where I was asked if there's any movies that I was going to review and then decided not to. This is another one. I was going to review Ernest Goes to Jail, and for some reason didn't. There's no real reason, I just haven't gotten around to it because it's so bad. 10. Do you think you'll give YouTube another try, or are you done with it for good? I don't see the point. You know, I don't see the point in uploading them just to get kicked off over and over and over again, especially when the fan base on this website, well, obviously some of you may be watching from YouTube, but on my website, by the way, which will be changing to cinematicvenom.com around May 28th, because it's currently at cinematicvenom.co.uk, but I don't see the point in uploading them just to get kicked off over and over, you know. Dial Fox. What is your opinion on the 2007 game Portal and the 2011 game Portal 2? Never played them. BSlim81. 1. What is the most overrated rap song of all time? Juice by Biggie. Oh, no, I don't know. I'm not actually a fan of Biggie. Probably a song from Biggie or a song from 50 Cent. I mean, I don't hate Biggie, I'm just not a fan of him, but 50 Cent is absolutely atrocious. I honestly have no idea how 50 Cent has so many fans. He's not as bad as Lil Wayne though. 2. What is your favourite movie that is only available in the UK? I don't fucking know. 3. Do you know any child actors who can act? Who can act now or who could act? Past tense. If it's past tense, Danielle Harris, Ben Savage, Fred Savage, Dakota Fanning, Elijah Wood. 4. How did you feel when your Moulin Rouge review with Rap Critic was on That Guy with the Glasses? Well, he did actually, I've got him on Facebook, so we do talk. And he told me beforehand, and I was excited, and then around April 1st came, he said he was uploading it, he told me beforehand, I'm uploading it on Friday. So Friday comes and he sends me a message saying, God damn it dude, they won't let me upload it because it's not my review. And I was disappointed, but I didn't want to say anything, so I was like, oh that's fine, it's not your fault. And then the bastard replies with, April Fools bitch, it's uploading now. It's like, fuck you. We're not uploading, but embedding. Yeah, but yeah, I was over the moon. I've actually made about $120. Not just on that video alone, but I only previously made about 50 bucks. And now it's over 120. Thank you, Rap Critic. 5. Who are you looking forward to meeting in Miami for WrestleMania 28? Wrestlers wise, I doubt I'll pay to meet wrestlers because the lines are insanely long. If you mean YouTubers, I've got a lot I can't wait to meet. 6. Off the top of your head, who are the worst comedians of all time? Harry Hill. Harry Hill. And Harry Hill. 7. I thought Ashley would be back in April. What happened? Okay, basically, before Ash left, we were told that it takes 12 weeks for the visa to process. So we figured, okay, she's leaving in December, we'll book her return flight for April. So it's 12 weeks plus a little bit to give her a bit of extra time. And then, you know, so she got back there, and she sent in the application, and she had to attend an appointment. And her appointment was for 31st of January, and her friend was going to drive her there because it's in a different town, it's in a different city. But her friend decided to be a bitch who doesn't want to reunite Ash with her child, and then she had 2 more appointments, and 2 more times her friends didn't want to help her get back with her child. Now you understand why I kept doing those diss songs on them. Seriously, those are the type of people she wants to associate herself with. Eventually her brother decided to take her, but he didn't take her until maybe early April, and that's when the 12 weeks starts. She should be back before our son's birthday. Tiss Wacer. By the way, is there going to be a review of Lost Boys 3 The First? You see, I was going to originally review the entire series, but I don't see the point. Because I've reviewed the second one, and I've already kissed the arse of the first one enough. I'm an animal talking with my mouth full. So unprofessional. Terrible. But the third one, I've basically given you my review. I thought it was fantastic, a great tribute. They actually referenced the first one. They had a twist like the first one, but it wasn't a rip-off. They added an element, the Thirst, the nightclub. It was like the vampire version of Resident Evil, but it wasn't a rip-off of Resident Evil either. You know, the only thing I would change would be the vampires. They still got the special effected faces, the special effected voices and teeth and super speed. I can get past that though. The film is absolutely phenomenal. Peter Finn Films. 2. Are there any stories or ideas you have that you would like to make into movies? My life? That sounds really egotistical, but it's true because I've almost been killed twice. I've been bullied all my life. You know, I had a very soap opera-like relationship online, which made me miserable and wanted to kill myself. And then I fell for an American, trashed my parents' house, flew to America to be with her, put up with crap from her friends and family for 8 months, flew back to apologise to my parents for trashing the house, then had a baby, then fighting for the visa, you know. And I know I'm going to be biased because it's my life, but I think that that would be an incredible movie and would really, and an incredible book, and I've been meaning to write a book on it, but I'm just so lazy. I will get around to it though. But if anyone knows any movie directors or writers or anything like that, please let me know because I really do think that would sell. 3. Have you seen the TV shows Roswell or Third Rock from the Sun?
Hey guys, sorry about the lighting and the random camera angle change. Basically I'm here editing the video and I realised I completely missed out someone else's questions. And I don't really want to wait another month before answering them. I don't think that's fair, so here you go. Jordan Winehouse. 1. What would you do if you saw Gio Compario, Uwe Boll and the arseholes who made Epic Movie, Disaster Movie and Meet the Spartans in public? I would run away. 2. You could put Back to the Future and one of the Futurama movies on your top 10 science fiction list along with one of the Sonic games. That's not a question. 3. Thoughts on Johnny Bravo? Epic. Epic. 4. Do you like Shaq as a basketballer? 5. Did you know Indiana Jones is not a comedy movie? 6. What Roald Dahl characters do you like? Miss Trunchbull, but for all the wrong reasons. 8. What are your favourite fighting and FPS games? 9. What Johnny Depp movies do you like? Sweeney Todd's probably my favourite. I also like Cry Baby. And Nightmare on Elm Street. 10. Thoughts on the Beatles? They're alright. 11. What is your honest opinion of both Smosh and College Humour? Seriously, be honest. Not watched any of them. 12. Do you actually like some Disney Channel shows? If there are some you hate, can you review them? There's a lot that suck. The sitcom I'm reviewing is actually a Disney Channel show. Anyway, back to the previous camera angle.
That's my Q&A. Peace.